Hello everyone, my name is Sky Boshin and today I'm going to be talking about my experiences as a victim advocate in the criminal justice system, as a social worker, and as a hospital advocate, as a social worker as well. And I have had a lot of amazing experiences, especially through my master's program at Florida Atlantic University, being able to have internships where I was just thrown into the field and really had to learn how to interact with clients and be therapeutic while also having to navigate casework and discharge and all these other things that are just as important as the therapeutic aspect of social work. From the age of 18 to 20, I was a stipend hospital victim advocate at a organization called MOXA, Metropolitan Organization to Counter Sexual Assault. And at this organization, which I love so much and am still engaged with a lot of their workers, still talk with them, and my mom is actually now a hospital victim advocate and does education through their Project Aware, where they go into schools and educate children on consent and all these different topics that are super important for kids to learn. But my direct experience as a hospital victim advocate was very interesting because of my personal experiences as a survivor of sexual assault. So I was raped in my undergrad at the University of Missouri, Kansas City when I was 17 years old as a freshman. And I went to the hospital and got a SANE, which is a sexual assault nursing examination. And I had a MOXA victim advocate who assisted me through that process. So that's how I originally found that organization when I was 17 years old. And then when I was 18, I had a protest where I spoke about my story, and we had victim advocates there who were there to help other survivors with the emotional response of hearing my speech and other people's words about such a difficult topic. And that's when I was asked if I wanted to do this work, and immediately I was excited. I was like, yes, like I would love to help other survivors the way that I've been helped. I want to give back. And through that process of being trained, which it was 2020, so like 2020, 2021, so I had to do it online, and the training was very thorough. I felt like I learned a lot. And then I think the first time walking into the ER to assist a client and be there emotionally for them through their SANE was very surreal, because I had been on the other side of it, and it felt like a very full circle moment for me. And I've had a lot of different clients who I've assisted through SANEs, some of which had psychiatric conditions, some of which came from jail, some of which were homeless. Some it was familial, some it was acquaintance, some it was a random stranger. And being able to have so many interactions and provide victims with support and also find them resources there in person while they're going through this horrendous experience that's very re-traumatizing but essential for the criminal justice system, for them to be able to decide if they want to get justice in the future. It really shifted my perspective of being a survivor and what that means, and helped me understand my own victim rights, and made me want to really educate other people on these incredibly important issues. And as a result, I then decided to become a speaker on the Speakers Bureau at Moxa and went to high schools and shared my victim experiences with sexual assault and extortion and rape. And doing that was very interesting because I had never had a speaker like that as a child. And I think if I did, my abuse would have ended a lot earlier as a child, and I would have had the knowledge and the education to get out of certain situations sooner. And being able to be that for other young children was very healing. I had a lot of self-disclosures that I was met with as a result of speaking. And I just had the best experience with that. And I think my immediate family was really concerned that I would get like re-traumatized, or it would regress the progress that I had made as a survivor. But really it did the opposite for me. And I know everyone's different, but it helped me feel empowered in what I had gone through, and it made me feel like I had a purpose. So I think becoming a hospital victim advocate was the best thing for me. And when it comes to the other like internships that I've done through my grad program, I was a victim advocate for domestic violence survivors and hate crime survivors through the state attorney's office, which I went in courtrooms and assisted survivors through giving their victim impact statements, and through the criminal justice system that is just not victim-centered in any way. And that was also very surreal because as a 16-year-old, I had to give a victim impact statement in court during my sextortion case, and had to be about like this far from my perpetrator, and also had a victim advocate. So to be that for someone else was just so surreal and healing. And I really did gain a lot of self-confidence from being able to be there for other survivors. And the other position I've had for social work is my current internship. I work at a psychiatric hospital, so I'm able to help people who are experiencing mental illness and provide them with resources, help them with just discharge planning, and also communicate with families and help with psychoeducation, and so that they can understand their family's diagnosis. And it's been very eye-opening because I hadn't been in the mental health field prior, but I've learned so much from it, and I think it's also going to assist me a lot on my licensure exam. So once I graduate in May of this year, so just in a couple months, with my master's in social work, I will then have 2 years of supervision before I can then do my licensing exam to be able to then diagnose mental health. So that's my experience so far as a social worker. I am very intrigued to see what I decide to do upon graduation. I have no idea. But I think that's part of the fun, and I think that's part of the adventure and part of life. So we'll see what happens. But thank you for watching this, and I hope that maybe I've informed you of a field that you didn't even know existed, and now you can do some research and understand the incredible impact that social workers do have on our community every single day. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.